had the opportunity to talk to some of the best teams in the world, like Cheesy Poofs, the Hawaiian Kids, Team Rush, and Citrus Circuits. And I asked them, how do they market their teams in their community so that they get more awareness? So I'm sharing some of the secrets that these teams gave me so that you can use them to grow your FIRST Robotics Teams program.
Hey, we're Citrus Circuits from Davis, California. One of the ways that we build the community awareness of what we're doing is we take advantage of the Davis Farmers Market. This is an event that attracts people from the entire community every Saturday morning, and we make sure to staff that year-round with members of our team, where they go and they explain to children and families about all of the different outreach activities that we are doing. And this really keeps us in the forefront of the awareness of the people of Davis. Another thing that we do is extensive robot demos. We do this at elementary schools, junior highs, and also at senior centers and businesses. We are always willing to do this. We have students who are trying to find us opportunities to give demos, and by doing that we can really not only educate the community about what we're doing, but also let the students know, younger students, about these opportunities and this really amazing experience that they can have once they get to the high school level.
Now, of these teams, Team Rush has been around for a really long time. And man, did they give some valuable information. So check out what they had to say.
We're Team Rush, and these are the top tips we have for you to help grow your team and your community. The first one is to start connecting with your local Chamber of Commerce and build that relationship. As soon as you have that connection, you can start working with your local companies, working with the community groups, and start reaching out to have those connections. When we started doing that back in the day, we had a whole list where we could really reach out, and that's where we started with our regatta.
Once you have these connections, your community knows who you are, you build an event that's for your team, beyond just a holiday parade, maybe even a holiday parade. But our regatta is a fundraising event. We cold call sponsors, we go a boat race that everyone in the community is invited to, and we make sure that we connect to as many people in our community as we possibly can so that we can get any money here or there, whatever we can do.
After that, we like to maintain our relationships with our sponsors. If you just want to get your money, you can't leave them high and dry after. That's why we have weekly newsletters in which we tell our community what we're doing, where we're at, just general updates, thank yous, general things like that. And we have big events like our showcase, where we actually present to our sponsors, to our alumni, to our parents, to everyone, what Rush has been doing. This way we can create great connections, we can tell our sponsors that they're valued, they're connected, and they'll want to come back more.
The best thing to do is get started and keep going.
Next up was the Hawaiian Kids. It was a ton of fun getting to talk to them and again, learn about their program, especially coming from the island of Hawaii. They have a long ways to travel for most of their competitions and to get awareness. So I was really interested to learn what are some of the things that they do to get awareness for their program.
Coming from the island of Oahu, community, building up your community is a super important aspect of our culture. So we do things like volunteering at local bone dances, which are like Japanese festivals. It allows us to be able to serve food and give back to our community, and it allows more people to kind of learn more about who you are. It can help with connections, and then we also do like kupuna luncheon, which is basically helping our elderly, and Hawaii Special Olympics. Being able to showcase that you're a team that's, I guess, a little bit more than robots, that you want to help and build up your community is super important. Finding like anything like that's super local or something that really matters to your town, like to your town's culture, being able to do something like that really helps you kind of get out there as, oh, this is for example, like this is the Hawaiian Robotics team. They help out with doing bone dances, and they're an awesome team. And a lot of our sponsors, I guess, have kind of met us through like these community interactions, learning more about, hey, this is what Hawaiian Robotics does. They volunteer, they help change lives through STEM.
For us to get more members, we have like established robotics classes within our local elementary feeder schools. So through these programs, students come up and go to our other robotics related programs and eventually join our team.
And then we also expanded to like other school districts to allow more students the opportunity to use our advanced technology and other equipment. Students that want to be involved in robotics but maybe aren't from our school, so being able to open up to even more schools allows you to get more team members as well.
Now, for the Cheesy Poofs, they actually didn't have any media students at the event, they had one marketing mentor who was in the stands. So I didn't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to record their answers, but I did have a really good conversation with one of their captains as well as their drive coach. And I learned that for the Cheesy Poofs, they actually don't do a whole lot of marketing. Most of their awareness has come from winning robotics championships. Now, that's not to say that, of course, the only way that you can market your team is to win robotics championships. They did bring up that they do try to get to students when they're younger to make sure that they get them interested in robotics before they get some ideas about robotics not being cool or being too difficult for them to do. They talked about doing demonstrations whenever they could, especially bringing their robot out and around and showcasing, of course, to their community what robotics is all about. This is something I heard from a lot of teams. So again, if you're a team and you're not doing some kind of demonstration or maybe at some public event, I would look around to see where you can bring your robot to and get it out as visibly as possible, as much as possible. That goes a very long ways to getting more awareness for your robotics team. Now, some of these things you may already be doing for your FIRST Robotics program. Some of these things you may not be doing. And so I'm hoping that you gained some value from this video, learning what these teams are doing to grow their programs to as big as they are, so that maybe one day your robotics program can also have the same level of success. As always, if you got value from this video, make sure you leave this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about FIRST Robotics marketing, to get more sponsorships, more funding, more recruitment, and to just get more awareness for your program in your community to grow STEM education. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.